And all right, we back again, y'all. We live. It's the Community Coalition Show.
What's good, gang?
Gang. What's going on, K. Wilson, David 2K, man? I need to start doing better at these intros, though. I know that. Like, somebody was like, I don't say the episode number. Right now, I don't even know what episode this is right now.
I don't either, honestly.
We're in the 50s. I know we're in the 50s.
Yeah, we're in the 50s. We're like at, I think we're at like 54.
I think I want to say 54, yeah. It was crazy. We passed 50. I forgot all about it. I was like, oh, that's kind of like a milestone. And
a little bit, but at the same time, it's like,
we keep going. Yeah. Like, I wasn't tripping too hard off of it. I was just like, okay, we hit 50.
Right.
Yeah, since we started going once a week.
Wait till we get to 100.
Yeah, I think that'll be the good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do something ridiculous for 100. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but like bring a white dude on or something and just celebrate the 100th. I don't know what we're going to do. Like, ask a white dude, we'll question him all hour. I don't know. We'll figure out something. I've been wanting to do that for a while, though, to be honest.
Be super militant.
Yeah, I just want to know what they hear that sometimes. Like, I just think it would be hilarious to just like, I just want to ask you, like, when this happens, how do you think? Just to hear.
Why y'all be wilding every time?
Yeah, or like, we should bring a Karen on. Oh, ooh.
I feel like that'd be a little too controversial.
Yeah, but wouldn't that? Oh gosh.
It would be amazing for numbers though.
Oh, would. But I wouldn't even want to do it for numbers. I just want to ask a Karen, like, okay, what's going on in your head at this point? Like, why do you really feel?
So why that haircut?
Oh yeah. That's question one. Like, it's like you know how like black barbers, you go to a barbershop, they got the pictures on the wall, and then no one really like, but they're always there. Like no one asks you, like, yo, let me get the number 12, B. Like, no one says
no, but like, I guess when you go to a salon, it's like, can I speak to your manager?
Yeah, let me get that. You just walk in, can I talk to your manager? Like, come on in, ma'am. I know exactly. Let me get the Karen. I'm feeling we're Karen. Yeah. I'm gonna go complain. Let me get that right there. Like number 5. Like I just got.
I'm about to go return something to Target. So let me get the 2. Yeah.
my return Target haircut. I don't know, but there's certain things I just be wanting to ask. Like, it is, and we talk about perspectives too. So I think it would be interesting to get people's different perspectives on situations, and
it would.
I think because I do think like once we do begin to understand each other a little bit more, because one thing out of all this, and I know, like the protests and everything that's going on in this country and even the world at this point, like for things to change, at some point we're going to have to come to the table and be like, okay, when this happens, this is what's going on. This is how we're feeling. I feel like black people, for if we want to be on equal playing field, right? Mm-hmm. They have to understand us at some point. They have to understand what we go through. I mean, and not like they're never going to fully understand, right? Never. But they just have to know, like, there are differences and there are cultural differences, and they have to understand them and just.
They need to be an ally.
Yeah, but to be allies, you got to have some type of mutual agreement, if nothing else, or even
understanding.
If you don't understand, if you don't agree, okay, we know we're not going to agree here, but we're going to keep it moving. We're going to go in a positive way, even if we don't understand, because there's a lot of differences in talking about some of those things. And I know as I'm looking at the list, we'll probably get into some of those things in a minute,
Right.
But yeah, that would be hilarious. That was my thought. Like at some point, I've been trying to find a Karen or a white dude, but nobody wants to really come on.
It's actually kind of crazy. So my coworkers, like the other interns that I work with, like they asked me, they're like, "How do you feel about this?" And like I took a second because like I don't think in like a regular like setting that like someone would ask you like, "Oh, how do you feel about this?"
Yeah. And
like I just thought that was like, first of all, like even just to ask me that, like I have friends that don't even ask me stuff like that, and I was just like very like, I don't know. I think it just like took me back a little bit, and I was just like, okay, I can see that these guys actually like they care about what I think, they care about like my well-being.
Yeah.
And they want to know how to be better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
I really appreciate that.
I do, and I think that's dope. And to me, it's like, I look at this kind of stuff, like, I always go back to like how, like, relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it doesn't matter if it's like your partner or somebody, but it's all relationships.
Right.
It's all how we choose to interact with each other, and how we build with each other.
Absolutely.
And to be in a relationship with somebody, to understand that person, you have to try to ask and reach out and try to get a sense of what that person thinks and feels and what they're going through, you know?
Right.
You have to. Because if you do it based off of how you think they're going to respond, like, it'll never work. It'll never work. And to me, that's one of the biggest things about relationships, friendships, whatever. Like, like often we always go on like how we think that person's going to respond, how we think that person's supposed to feel, you know? Like, oh, because I don't feel that way. Why do you feel that way? Like, and to me, there's a lot of that going on. And I feel like even with like the white privilege thing, I feel like some of the white privilege stems from that. Like, and vice versa. I didn't grow up the way you grew up, so I don't understand why you feel this way, or I didn't have to go through that. So
I'm not willing to understand. I'm not willing to ask. I'm not willing to understand. This is how I feel, and you should feel bad about it.
Yeah, like you should feel this way too. And that's the thing, like, they're not going to understand. And even for black people, like, look, you know, as we're trying to push forward, we may have to do some training.
Right.
You know, we may have to do some training for some white folks to get them to understand, like, you know, it can't just be, oh, we expect them to understand. No, a lot of them don't, you know.
And then also on the other side of that, we really have to, I saw this on Twitter a couple days ago, we have to unlearn a lot of things.
And that's the thing too, like, you know, and again, I'm not trying to give anybody like passes or anything, but think about it, like, we talk about black people going through 400 plus years of oppression, slavery, all that stuff. Think about the flip side of that white people have gone through 400 years plus of prosperity and thriving and everything being all good and hunky-dory for them. So for us to come up here, we might, you know, get them to understand a little bit what it's like to be at this level too. And then I think what you learn, I think you start to get things like compassion and understanding, mutual understanding. You know, because there's a lot we don't understand. I don't understand some of the ways they think. I just don't, you know. Like we didn't
sometimes
have the
we want to, and like with a discussion, we're all trying to come to a mutual understanding.
Yeah, and I think as long as we are all trying to come to the mutual understanding. Trying, that's the key word. Like, we're open, we're trying to learn, we're asking questions. You know, like, we're processing it all. I think those are the things. Because like I said, we got to start. You know, teaching. Just like cops. You know, like, I don't think it's not enough to say, oh, police reform. But no, what does that really look like? You know, like, we're going to retrain these guys, or get rid of them. You know,
yeah, that's exactly, and that is actually starting to happen in Minneapolis.
Yeah, and other places too. Was that one of our topics? That was one of our topics. Look at us. You know,
segues.
We're actually trying to, like, that was a natural segue. So I'm actually proud of us right now.
Me too. Me too.
But
the growth.
Yeah, so you talk about the cops, like, so they are like starting to retire, starting to quit. So it's starting to get out of there, and I think that's a good thing. If you don't want to change, if you unwilling to try to improve, get better, if you don't understand, you don't see why it's all going on, it's time to pull out. You know, and like I said, Minneapolis, all them dudes in Buffalo, them cops in Buffalo after that incident. I think I just saw one of the chief or something in like Toronto. Like, a lot of guys started to pull out. You know, good.
And you saw a lot of them that you saw that dude that they pushed down where his head started bleeding, right?
Yeah, in Buffalo, yeah.
A lot of them started to retire too. And they were like,
like I said, because
they said, "No, I'm not getting in trouble for this."
The other cop tried to stop him. They pushed him away. So then I guess after the wake of all that, the two cops who did it, they got in trouble. And then the rest of the cops, they said, no, we don't want to do this. So they all apparently quit.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like, we got to disband this whole like little secret society brotherhood stuff, man.
Right.
Like,
the Blue Wall, I think it's called.
Yeah. Hold these guys accountable. Hold each other accountable. And that goes for all people. You see man doing wrong, like, nah, sometimes you got to pull your man and be like, nah, you can't be doing this, man. This ain't right.
Yeah, you got to. And you really need to, like, I'm sure that your friend will appreciate that. They may not appreciate it now, but they will appreciate that in the long run.
True. Even if you
got to have that person to, like, that person is very important in your life. Let me just say that. The person that pulls you to the side and says, hey, that's not right. You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, or, hey, fam, before they do it, like, hey, nah, chill. Nah, you can't be doing that. Snatch your man up, you know?
Right.
And even if they don't, like, and I always say this too, like, if that person doesn't see what you're trying to do for them, is that person really your friend? Is that your man?
Right.
You know, like, are you willing to go down with him for that? Or her? Whatever. Like, we need to, that's the accountability piece. That's a big part of this too. Like, we have to start holding each other accountable. The system has to hold them accountable. We can hold each other accountable. And I'm not saying all cops are bad, but there is a system here of just anger, hatred, foul play, you know, horrible training, non-accountability. Like, it's a whole system of this
corruption.
Stuff. Yeah, and we're starting to see it more and more and more. It's no coincidence why these guys are all doing the same stuff. These guys all over the country are using chokeholds, putting their knees on necks, and it's natural. It's so natural because they're all doing it. That's not coincidence. That's not like some isolated thing that these guys have chose to do. No, it's a culture of this stuff. You know?
Because they can get away with it.
Yeah. And they've been teaching each other how to do it. You know?
Right.
Like they these guys, like, you know, it's a line of work. It's a profession. These guys communicate and talk, and they practice these things, you know? So those are the things we got to start stripping down. I'm also here talking about cops too. Also hearing a lot, you know, about the what they talking about, like the defunding.
Yeah. I actually think that's pretty important.
I think that's actually This is one of the things, like, I started hearing really in the last week or so. And let me clarify for people: they're not going to get rid of cops, because I saw a lot of that. Like, people think, oh, they're going to be like, no police. So no guy. No, dude. There's not going to be no police. But what defunding is really just an attempt to, like, strip it down a little bit. Right. You know, maybe get rid of some of the fluff. Get rid of some of the access stuff. And or maybe even reallocate some of the funding. You know, I saw some places talking about, like, okay, now we got it, because
putting it back into the schools.
Yeah, to change these cultures and to retrain and shift cultures, that takes time and energy and effort. And some people coming in and teaching people. So there's costs associated to that. You know, and so that's what they're talking about. Like, either take some of those resources away, some of the stuff, or, you know, actually pull some more resources another way, reallocate, send some money to the people to go in and begin to train them. So I thought that was interesting. They also said it's why a lot of guys are starting to quit. Because they're trying to, you know, make sure they're getting their pensions and stuff before they start investigating and getting in trouble and all that. So they try to get out while they can, I guess. Either way, I think it's good change. I think it's good change.
Right.
So I think
at least we're seeing something happen.
And that's the thing. And then also saw too, you know, the Democrats also they drafted a bill for you know, introducing police reform and a lot of different measures to try to bring that reform about. So I think hopefully,
yeah, and I want to say this. Shout outs to Andrew Cuomo, because he introduced a bill to charge people that falsely call the police.
Yeah, the little Karen bill. What do they call it? Yeah.
Is that what it's actually called? Or, you know what? We should start calling it that.
I'm calling it the Karen bill because that's what it was.
We should.
You know, it's the Bob and Karen bill. Because that is dirty. Coming to find out you lying. That's technically you making a false police report. You're lying. Like, anybody else did that stuff, yeah, you get in trouble. So no, you need to get in trouble.
You get like fine and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, you want to allow somebody else? How about you take that L that you was trying to give them? You take that L. So again, hopefully these are measures that, you know, we begin to see. This is the start of change and reform. Hopefully these are beginning the first steps, you know, of this overall reform that has to come systematically. You know, there's other things that we still have to do, but at least hopefully that was my main thing I was saying. You know, if nothing else, like, because everybody was like, okay, what do we do? Where do we start? Police reform. I think that's the first place to start. Police reform, and then we got to vote.
Yep.
We have to vote.
Absolutely.
Another segue. I don't even know if this is on the list, but I got to say it anyway. We have to say this, man. I know there's a lot of Black folks out there who do not believe in voting. And I'll say, like, okay, I hear that. I don't agree, but I hear what you're saying. But hear me out. And I'm going to say this. This is my one. We see the result of horrible, horrible leadership right now in our country.
Right.
We see that.
Even and that's the results of us not coming out.
Exactly. So even if we don't, and I don't think voting is the end all be all. Again, I think it's the part of an overall plan, an overall long-term goal that we have to achieve.
Right.
But we got like, that's the one thing. Imagine if Black people of color, everybody, we came out and we said, nah, man, we gotta get these dudes up out of here. And it's not just Trump. It's
a bunch. It's a bunch of his homies too.
Yeah, his man's in them. All of them up in there.
His man's in them.
All of the administration for Reagan's regime right now. He put his friends in place. You think there's nobody in office right now that opposes him? Why? Because it's flunkies. They're going to carry out his every order. So it's not going to be enough
without opposition.
We got to get rid of all of them. He put judges in place. You think these judges have our backs when it comes to the courts? No, that is dangerous.
Remember when he was all like, "Oh, Hillary's gonna pick her own judges." Who just put people in place so that he doesn't get in trouble?
That's what they do, though. That's what administrations do. They appoint the people in place. But that's not just her. He did it. All presidents and politicians do it. When the president is elected, he picks his cabinet.
Right.
He picks, if there's open slots for judges, he picks the judges. They have to get confirmed, but he picks them.
Right.
So, come on, Slim. All that stuff, he talks nonsense. But we're seeing the result. This is what it looks like with horrible leadership.
Right.
Who's clearly divided the country. At every step of the turn, has embarrassed us on the world stage. Does all types of, he does whatever he wants. It's a dictatorship. It's about fascism. Yeah, we're seeing it. We're seeing it.
We really are.
This is why we have to participate in the decision-making process. Again, I go back. I use the whole grain of sand metaphor. Yes, one vote is like a grain of sand, right? Grain is tiny, it's small. You can barely see it, right? Hardly. But if you bring all the sand together, you get a beach. We need the beach. We need all of us to come together. So even if you think that piece of grain of sand, whatever, if you think it's insignificant, you think your vote is insignificant. You don't think it matters. But when you start putting them all together, it does begin to matter.
And we don't need a Florida beach. We need California. We need we need something like California beach.
Yeah. Now we might even need like that good old like Caribbean beach with the clear water, the blue. You can see your feet at the bottom of the water and all that stuff.
Talk about it.
It's crystal clear. We need that. We need that right now.
We do. Absolutely.
We don't need that dirty Ocean City water. We don't need that East Coast brown. You don't want to get in it.
Is the water dirty at Ocean?
Man, that's brown. Itching when you come out of that joint, man. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like it's like a sixth toe, third eye. You never know what you're gonna get coming out of Ocean City. This was gross. I'll never get in it. Oh God.
Wow.
But we do. That's what we need. We need people to come out. We need people to show up, and not just for the presidential election.
Right. Local elections are very important.
And all the local elections.
Federalism. Y'all know about that? National, state, local.
Local. And actually the local stuff, has a lot of direct stuff, especially that impacts our daily lives.
Right.
Yeah, you keep hitting that pothole every day. Who you got to holler at?
I mean, the person behind
like that, like the stuff that happens in your neighborhood, the stuff that we complain about every day. The small laws, as we're talking about, in this area, people realize the plan, the phase to come out of the Rona, to phase out. That was local level stuff. People were upset about that,
Right.
The jurisdiction is different, like even the little things. So we need that participation. That's why I beg people gotta start figuring this stuff out. We gotta start learning that. Also, that's where we can begin to groom our own leadership. There's people at the local level. We have leaders in our communities. I was just talking to the group from my folks up in Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, they got some people there they're trying to groom, get them in office, city council, school board. And then as they can learn, we can start building them up and growing them. We need to start putting our leadership in place, but it has to start somewhere. Right. We may not have anybody.
Start with us.
Yeah, we may not have anybody as a presidential candidate right now, but there may be a councilman, an alderman, a mayor. Right. You never know. Somewhere.
Sheriff.
Yeah, sheriff, whatever. You never know what that position is. That may be the next dude that we need.
Right. That wants to make a difference.
Yeah. They're out there. So we got to start putting support behind these dudes too. We have candidates. We have people in places.
Right.
We gotta start getting behind these dudes, man. One thing I was disappointed at, when I saw people like Kamala Harris and people, running for office, is that, I don't care. I mean, I'm not gonna say you agree with everything they say, but did we get behind them like we should sometimes?
No.
So you gonna tell me she wasn't any better than Trump? Come on, son. And leaders aren't perfect, but we do have some people out there that were better than this clown.
Right. Oh, I think everybody better than this clown.
This clown, man. No, sometimes we gotta start getting behind these people. Stop talking. Let's start doing this stuff. Put your votes up, man. So I didn't really mean to go on that tangent because I
feel like we covered a few topics on that.
I know, but I've been holding off on doing a Trump show.
Right. Because we definitely need more people for that show.
Exactly, but I'm holding them. I've been biting my tongue. I'm holding. I want to do it so bad. I'm gonna wait. We're gonna be patient.
Right.
I'm gonna hit this one a little closer, maybe September, October. We got a lot to talk. I mean, do we need to say more when it comes to him? But geez.
Right.
But I do want to have that conversation at another point.
Right. So we will.
Yeah, we will. So that's all. Yeah. So that was another one on the list. Voting good leadership. We actually did. So we've been segueing like a bud. And you know what? Speaking of that, I do have to ask, what happened to the Rona?
Ooh, Miss Rona.
What happened to the Rona?
What did happen to the Rona?
That joke keeps playing in my head. Somebody posted on Twitter.
I saw it too.
I was like, to racism.
She did. She was like, oh, racism taking over now? I'm out.
But the funny thing, I asked the question, the sad thing is the Rona didn't leave,
Right. It's still out here.
Oh, she's still here. And actually, I was just looking at stuff this morning talking about cases in some states rising. Crime is back up again. Why? Because we all went back outside.
Yep.
I know
y'all go outside.
The protesting and stuff like that, I get that, and I feel like that was a necessary risk. I do. I get your risk. That was for a cause. But y'all just hanging out and chilling.
That was for a good cause. But also, stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
That's all I ask.
Yeah, back. Back up.
Yeah.
But we have to be careful. And I wanted to bring this up because and I know I've been saying this for weeks. No one listens to me. But the government is going to try to get you outside as soon as possible.
Right.
They want you back outside because they want you spending money.
Yeah.
The economy was not in a good place because everybody was home. Businesses were struggling. Nothing was moving. Government's paying all kinds of dumb money in unemployment right now.
Right. But also, like, I know y'all are out there online shopping. So, like, are we really going through it? Because I know people are spending mad money on online stuff. Oh no, I'm even spending money on online stuff. Like, I just bought this mic. And then
we've been getting packages every day in this joint, man. I'm like, yo, like we even got to packages. Leaving cookies and stuff for Bama's. Like
I still got like 5 things coming like in the next 2 weeks.
See? But I think that's a good thing. I think that's cool, and I think that's a positive shift. And we saw a lot of companies were able to adapt to that and change their models, their business models to accommodate online stuff. Cool. But there's a lot of restaurants, the small businesses, the small people that you have to still go see. You know, that
you gotta be strategic.
But yeah, and I get the strategy part. But my thing is, like, don't let them have you thinking that it's still not like it's all good.
Right.
Like, people going outside like, oh, it's all good, like it's gone. It's not gone. It didn't just magically disappear.
Right.
So I was even telling my sister this. We had a conversation yesterday, and I said, even watch the news. The news they're not going to report as much on the Rona like they did in weeks past.
Right.
A couple of weeks ago, they were telling you every day the death toll, every hour the death toll. Death toll rising this state. You was getting notifications everywhere. Rona.
Right.
But they started to pull away from that.
It's like, oh, we're losing money? Oh,
why? Because they don't want people
run these ads for these dope stuff.
They don't want people scared.
That'll make people want to go outside.
Yeah. They scared us to staying inside. They had to scare because people weren't doing it, so they said, "You gotta die."
They had to.
So now they want you outside. So they don't want you scared anymore. Go to the beach. Go to the boardwalk. Go to that restaurant real quick.
I'm not going to any. I'm not going to any beach here.
Yeah. No, first of all, even if it wasn't Rona, I'm telling you, I'm not going to them joints. I'm just gonna be beachless. I'll be at the pool. But even but now with this, now you're starting to see all these commercials. Because I was watching TV the other night. I'm like, it's like support your local business stuff. Support your local business. They need you. They need your support. But 2 weeks ago, you was telling me the Rona was going to kill me. Like, this is the shift. This is the things we're seeing. And so just like people, y'all, just be mindful of that. Be careful. The Rona didn't go on vacation with everybody else.
Rona ain't done.
Nah, she ain't done. She ain't done. I seen her the other day. She said, "What's up?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good. Chill." Like, we gotta be careful.
She said, she came out. And I was like, "Excuse me."
I seen Rona protesting down DC. Like, Rona was protesting. Like, nah. So we gotta be careful, y'all. Like, she's still out there. Again,
trying to seduce the people.
Talk to the workers on the front lines. The numbers may be decreased a little bit, but they're still out there. I still got friends who are frontline workers, and they still telling me the real.
They're still out here.
So if you have any doubt, find a nurse. Go find a doctor real quick. Somebody find somebody who's an admin working in a hospital on the front lines. They'll tell you what's up.
Right.
Yeah, they'll let you know. So I had to ask that because I thought it was just funny. Like people just so pressed to get back to their normal little lives. Which, I mean, at this point, I
don't even think there's gonna be a normal anymore.
Change is coming, y'all. If you haven't learned anything in the last couple months, even with the protesting and all this stuff, the word should be change.
Right.
All kinds of change. And change is a good thing sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest crime, especially with the Rona, is that we just go back outside like nothing happened and we just start frolicking around again like it's hunky dory.
Right.
Like, nah, man, be aware. Be aware. Okay.
Right.
So Rona's around. Rona's chilling. We talked about the po-po. What thing? Okay. Like I got. Again, change. You know what? Like change. I'll talk about the protesters real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
This is something else that was on my mind too. Again, not just with Rona, like change it, but like with these protests. And this weekend, man, it was beautiful to see. I even got some glimpses of it myself. Right. I might even poke my head around a little bit, but I did a lot of behind the scenes work when it comes to protesting. I did a lot of like coordinating efforts and trying to get people together and stuff like that and linking people up. And it was wonderful to see these people protest. Everyone came out. And even if you were down there, if you were at home, there's a lot of other protests going on. People trying virtual stuff, online stuff.
Right. Not only that, people are on Twitter putting clickbaity titles, and then once you click it, it shows a donation link.
Yeah.
So please donate.
Look, the scammers are out. Everybody's out trying to make it happen, right?
But they're scamming for a good cause.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I support it.
Yeah, I support it for now until the Bama's trying to get my social security number. But
right. Have you seen the one? If your phone number was your social security number, what would it be?
You see, exactly. Like, no. I get it. There's always
email us.
Yeah. Somebody fell for that. There's a couple people that got off the little reverse psychology trick. I know him. Check your account.
It's like you start laughing, you start putting it in, and then it's like, hold up.
Let me get that. Wait till your phone, your notifications start going off withdrawal from your account. See how funny it is. Oh man, start getting that $200 withdrawal from Walmart that you ain't never been to.
It's like, wait on, I go to Target. I don't go to Walmart.
Dumfries? What? I ain't never been to those. What? Yeah, them start happening. Cause you thought you was participating on Twitter. Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Yo, real quick. So, just to preface this, I used to have a huge. Well, I still kind of have a huge dairy allergy.
Oh, word.
So, not really, but I mean, but it was really funny to me. So, one time I lost my card, and then I guess someone found it and tried to buy something from Baskin-Robbins. And it was the funniest thing to me because my bank called me immediately and they're like, hey, were you trying to buy something from Baskin-Robbins? And I was like, when have I ever been to Baskin-Robbins?
Like the bank knows you're lacto. Like, see that? Yeah.
It's not even that. It's that I guess they've never seen that on my.
Yeah, because that's stuff you never see. It's like, hold on, this dude ain't never. Nah. Hold on, hit him up. That's a good bank. That's a good bank.
That is a good bank.
My old bank. Just let the Bambas rob me. Then I called them and they were like, "Oh, that happened. Hold on, let me check." Oh, yeah, they did rob you, Slim.
Our bad.
I was asleep. Like my bank was trash. Like other people's banks call it proactive. Like, hold on, we think they're trying to charge you at this place. Did they swipe it yet? No, we think it's gonna happen. Like, how y'all know? And my bank,
good looking out.
My bank calls me like a couple days later. Hey, fam, look, what happened was right. They took some money out your account. We gonna try to look into it. Yeah, give us 2 weeks. Like that's my bank. That's my old bank.
Whoa! What happened to the whole? We're FDIC. We're all about the FDIC too, and it's like
that's why. I mean, most banks they we're gonna launch an investigation. They're not gonna find these dudes. They know they're not gonna find them. So
I'm gonna launch an investigation.
They have to, they file a report. Even
tell me where they went. Tell me what they bought.
As long as they get my money back. That's my thing. Is like, oh, get my money. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I can account for where I was and what I was doing. It wasn't me. Just give my money back.
Right.
Most dudes, you're not gonna find them.
Right.
Like I remember having to my mom.
Some will.
Some will. You gotta be dumb though. Like, you blatantly doing stuff with cameras right there. Like you at the ATM, your face is no mask.
Not only that, you look into the camera and you say, it's like,
is it on? Is it on? Okay. Like that's them. That's the dumb criminals. Those are the dudes who caught.
You better be wearing a mask.
No mask. No mask. Like even in Rona times, you ain't got no face mask on. You just like you deserve to get caught, Slim. At that point, like they're gonna catch you. But they say his name. Hey, Mike, it's not working. Mike, come, look. I don't think the card's working, bro. Like, yeah, you're gonna get caught. Like when my mom, like I remember she was on the phone with a credit card company, and they were charging her. They were swiping her card while she was on the phone with the company. So she's getting notifications like as she's talking to them, like they're doing it again. They're doing it again. My mom was freaking out. Like scammers are good. You know what? Like, I hate to say this, but sometimes you almost gotta respect it.
Like, no, here's the thing, man. Like, here's the thing. There's like smart scammers and there are stupid scammers.
Yeah, like you're the noob scammers, like the little 101.
Like I hate to say this, but you guys know you could make purchases without actually like having to put in your PIN, right?
Yeah, or don't even need to be there. Like, but again,
right.
There's a good and a bad for everybody, and even the scammers. You know, they missed the first day of scam training. You know, it was late that day. They missed the first lesson of scamming. You know, but hey,
y'all ain't Nigerian princes.
Oh goodness, yo, I don't know what y'all be doing. I don't know what type of training y'all running over in Nigeria. With y'all have to be, y'all are like
gang.
Y'all are like the Michael Jordan of scammers, yo. The LeBron of scammers. Like I don't know.
Talk about it.
I don't know what y'all be doing. Like I'm scared.
Gang. We out here.
Yeah. Like that's why I don't even email you. I don't know what y'all be doing. I don't like to email you, fan. I know you. Like I feel like if I'm to email this, let me not email the invite. Let me just text him real quick. Let me just like I know what y'all be doing. Next thing you know,
I got like 10 emails and it's like okay.
Let me get that email. Hey, I need to deposit $5,000 in your account. All I need is your routing number.
Oh man. I mean, apparently,
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what y'all be doing, man. I gotta applaud the Nigerians, man. Well, yeah, gang is for real.
gang.
Gotta love y'all. Oh man. So what was that? Okay, so I had to talk about that real quick. I was gonna say people, protesters, all that. Like,
right.
Folks are mad right now. Great, cool. Let's keep that energy going.
Right. Let's keep it peaceful.
Keep it peaceful. And I think for the most part, we're seeing now like the real organization and stuff like that. We're starting to see the peaceful. It seems like the plants, the government plants, and the people that were trying to cause destruction. I think they got tired. They got tired.
Right.
Home real quick.
But also, this has to be said because I've seen it like 5 or 6 times already. If you are white, do not take graffiti and tag somewhere BLM or Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I think a lot of these dudes were plants. We know these dudes. Some of these dudes were even sent by our own government
by the police.
Chaos. By the police. Police officers have been out there. Off-duty cops. Again, they're plants. They're sent into one purpose to just cause destruction and make the movement look bad. Discredit the movement, make it look bad. So we know those dudes are out there, but now we're starting to see, the organized, peaceful protesting is starting to overshadow that, and I think that's what we have to do. Keep persistent. Keep going,
Right. And if you see somebody vandalizing, call them out and be like, hey, that's not cool.
Pull the J.R. Smith. You see J.R. Smith?
No, I didn't. What happened?
I think he's out in L.A. Like, I guess rioters were going through his neighborhood. His car was parked on the street.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Busted his window.
Yeah.
And so he beat his ass. It was caught on camera. J.R. Smith went ham on this little dude. Rightfully so. He just walking out in there. You can tell they're in a nice little neighborhood. They're out in L.A. Like it wasn't like downtown L.A. They were kind of like out in the burbs a little bit. Right. All these protests, these guys are walking through the neighborhood, and everybody was cool. This one dude just had to break a window on a car, and it happened to be J.R. Smith's.
J.R. Smith has tattoos, man.
You know, the J.R. Smith is a little wild card, I guess I'll call him.
He's about that life.
He about that life, and he showed dude he was about that life. He beat my man ass to the ground, to the point where other protesters had to come pull him off of him. They had to pull him off a dude. Calm down, JR. No, JR, don't do it. No. JR was like, look, hey, nah. He was stomping him out and everything. Yeah, he deserved that.
Hey, man.
Keep playing like
if you bust the window out my car, we're not going to have words. We're going to have hands.
No, we're going to have hands. You be hands, feet, all that. You get the elbow drop, leg dropping you off the top rope. Like, you get all that. Rightfully so. That's what he get. That's what he get. I hope he learned his lesson.
Got caught slipping.
Yeah. And he need to pay for that window. Because J.R. Smith ain't driving no Honda Civic, fam.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith is rich. That window.
That man has championships.
Yeah, he got rings. Yeah, go ahead and pay for that window. There ain't no little safe light repair little window. That's a little window right there.
So first off, you get beat up by J.R. Smith, and now you got to pay for the damage.
That's how it should be. While J.R. Smith watches you replace the window. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You deserve that.
I know this is not right, but I keep saying sometimes ass whipping should be legal in some cases. Right. You should be able to beat somebody's ass for something they did real quick.
Oh, you robbed my mom?
What?
Nah.
No, but sometimes I call them beatable offenses. Sometimes
offenses.
Sometimes you need to get your ass beat.
Yo,
it's like
we need to have a podcast about that.
Yeah. Don't get me started. My wife, we go back and forth all the time. I'm like, yo, growing up in my house, there were things called beatable offenses. I call them that. Mm-hmm. In a black household, there are certain things you did that got your ass whipped by your parents, especially your mom. That's a beatable offense. Right. You know, like in my house, if you went in the fridge without permission, that was a beatable offense. My mom ain't play that. He ain't pay for nothing up in there. Go ahead and take something out of it. I'm about to beat your ass for that. Mm-hmm. You know, if you left the door open and let the cold air out in the summertime, that was a beatable offense. She beating your ass because now you're running the bill up.
If you getting bad grades and you lying about them.
Yeah. That should have been a beatable offense in my house, but it wasn't. You know, we had some other issues going on. My mom, if it cost her money in some way, shape, or form, you might have got your ass whipped for it. You know, you was using up the family resources or something. You did something, you know. Right. That's probably a beatable offense, you know. Or like talking back. Talking back was definitely. I was like, my mom asked you something, you said huh or what? You might not even got the word or huh. No, ass whip. Ass whip, off break. You know.
Fucking
snatched up. Yep. My mom.
You can't get the whole world. You get the whole word out.
Huh? Snatched up. Or the hand was coming. Well, I'll tell you, my mom had this belt. It was just for ass whipping, right? It was thick leather belt. It was like this thick. It was thick, right? And it was so thick, it couldn't fit in traditional belt like pants and jeans.
Oh, stop.
It was too big, so you couldn't wear it. The belt only had one purpose, was to beat ass. That's all it was for. And we, you know, me and myself, we weren't small, so we, you know, wasn't no regular little belt or nothing doing it. My mom had a genuine, I remember it was a brown leather belt, literally. Now, I remember one time I tried to wear it, I needed a belt.
This sounds like some trauma, man. Like you remember it to a T.
I remember it to a T. No, because I was smart enough. I think I might have seen it once.
Okay.
Sister though, fam, she didn't, you know, it took her a couple times to get the lesson sometimes. I used to watch her get beat. You know, like Boondocks and Granddad pull out the belt? That's how my mom was. And I swear the belt would turn corners too. Like, so if you tried to run, the belt would turn the corner and still get you. I remember one time my sister tried to run up the stairs. She tried to turn the corner, come up the stairs. My mom was like 20 feet away. All she did was, and it took like 5 seconds. You just heard the wind blow past you. Just, and then, pow! Like, yeah, that belt was magic. I tell you.
Man.
All I needed was one time. I caught the ass whooping one time. I was like, never again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn to be beatable offenses. So yeah,
but think, you know what I'm thinking about now? Do you know those like studded belts?
Like yeah. Man. Yeah, I ain't get that far. I'm telling you, I learned my lessons quick.
No, I'm talking about like the kids that like are coming up now.
Yeah, like yeah. See, but see, those are the kids who don't get beat though. You know, they don't get beat with that.
Nah, your parents had the emo face and they had a studded belt.
Yeah, no, they get talking to, they get time out and stuff. Like, ain't back in the day. Like, and you better not had to touch that belt in my house either. It stayed on the dresser in the room, and it had its own little spot. And if you touched it, that was a beatable offense too. So you couldn't hide it or nothing. You just got your ass beat. So sorry, I had to, sorry, trauma. You know.
I feel you.
You know what? Everybody's been talking about Drew Brees. We talked earlier about Drew Brees,
right?
White privilege. You know, like I said, we gotta tell them when they wrong.
Right.
Show them when wrong. Drop them off in the hood.
Call them out.
Drop them off in the hood real quick.
Put them in a solid color.
Yeah. Drop them off either red or blue. It happen. Wait, put this tea on real quick. Back in 12 hours. If you're here,
here, wear these latest Jordans. Put on this color.
Put this bandana in your back pocket. Let's see how it is. Drew,
I'm making that mistake again.
Yeah, like no need to talk. Here, this field trip. Let's go on this field trip real quick. Yeah, just drop them off. See how it go. Yep, send him to my mother's house with the belt. Yeah, I bet he come out good. He come out good. He'll understand after that.
Right.
Well, I just I'm joking, but sometimes, like I said, we gotta
sometimes what needs to be done needs to be done.
Yeah, but sometimes we gotta make them see. You know, like we can talk to them because again, we can't expect that they understand. We can't expect that they know. So we gotta tell them sometimes too, and give them the space. You know, sometimes we gotta give them the space to understand. It may take them dropping off in the hood. It may take getting their ass beat.
I just remember that Dave Chappelle's sketch.
Yeah, we dropped the trade spaces with the little white boy. Get out. He said, if you need some money, sell rocks.
I heard that's what they do here.
Yeah, I heard that's what they do. Right? But yeah, we need to have some more field trips like that. You know, I'm all see how it comes.
More scared straight.
Yeah.
Programs.
Oh man. All right. Karen of the week.
Karen of the week.
Karen of the week. You want to tell us about the Karen of the week? You found this one. I thought it was hilarious.
Man, this was so messed up too. Because this lady, so the video starts with her just yelling at this other lady, and she says, "No, don't serve her. You don't serve her. You serve me." And I was just like, "Oh, what is going on?"
I think was it Arizona?
Yeah,
I think it was Arizona. So for those who haven't seen it, it was at the convenience store, so like a gas station, one of them gas station convenience stores in Arizona. We had Karen, and then it was young lady, young man, you know, definitely of foreign descent. They were they were called Mexican. She told them to go back to Mexico. I guess we don't know what happened before the video, but it seemed like, they were both at the counter, and it looked like they got served first or something.
Who knows what happened before the video started?
But apparently Karen went off.
Mm-hmm.
Karen went off. Oh, she was talking big shit. Oh, go back to
talking all that mess.
About the recording, dude. Another dude clearly had his phone out. He's recording. He's giving commentary the whole time.
Hey, shout out to that guy.
Yeah, shout out to dude. He laid it out. You know, Karen's popping off at the mouth.
Right.
You need to go back to your country. And then homegirl, she starts popping back. My papers was born here. Like, like people they go back and forth.
But we need to make it a point that Karen went at her first. You need to make that a point. Or that needs to be
back and forth. It got escalated. Then Karen went over to the dude who was recording, trying to get in his face, all in his face. You need to get out of here and all this stuff. Like she was bossing everybody trying to go ham. Like she really ran the show. So then
she's trying to get spicy.
She got real spicy. She goes back over to the young lady she was arguing with, the one she accused of being Mexican and go back to Mexico and all this stuff. And she grabbed the girl's arm. And homegirl slapped the shit out of her.
And you really heard that slap. Like that slap had an echo.
Oh my goodness. like if you could have like it was like one of them old kung fu movies where like you know had that delayed slap, like they slapped it like you heard that joke. And my man recording was across the store. He wasn't really
but hey, you still heard that slap.
Yo, I wanted to see that in slow-mo. I wanted to see that
yo, if someone can do that, someone can do it.
Hairstyle. Oh my god. Oh, all you saw was hair fly. It happened so quick though. It didn't.
We definitely need that in slow mo. Someone please do that. Please. Put it on Twitter. Message it to us.
Oh, that was great. She slapped the living daylights out of Karen. Karen was Karen. You could tell she ain't. It took her a second to get her life back.
Right. You know what? I always loved that moment though. When whenever the Karen or the Bob is like escalates the situation, and then the other person comes back and it's like, oh, it's like that. Yeah. And they get hit, and I'm just like, there's like a slight moment. There's always a slight moment to where
So then she tried to, oh my God, she hit me. Her hair's all in her face and stuff. Now she starts backpedaling, backtracking. She hit me on, and then my man recorded with the commentary. Yo,
you hit her.
He said, no, you clearly hit her. He said you grabbed her arm. So he's commentating though. She was so blown. All she could do was just run out the store. Oh man.
They gonna find her.
Oh man. She couldn't do nothing about it. They got video proof. You could clearly see she grabbed the lady on her arm. She touched her. Homegirl just reacted with a strong right. Pow pow.
Right.
It happened so quick too. Also,
man, slaps are so great.
Karen got her ass slapped. Oh my gosh. Yeah. She deserves. So that made her Karen of the week. But it just like when you guys go back and watch the video. I'm gonna find a way to share it at some point.
We're gonna hopefully we find a slow mo video.
Yeah, if not, I'm gonna see if I can make it. Don't let me try to start editing stuff. I'm gonna get in trouble. But it was just like what really pissed me off about it was the audacity of this woman.
Right.
Thought she could just do and say whatever she wanted. She really grabbed that girl's arm like that was her child or something. Like again, talk about beatable offenses. That was something my mom would have did to me. Snatched us up like that. She tried to snatch her up. You know, she thought I guess because she thought she was older, and she really thought she was above that girl. She really thought she was better than that girl. So that's it. Say what she wants. She going back at the little young man who was recording the video. She talking to him like she going ham.
Yeah.
Karen really didn't expect that was going to happen to her. I don't think she could have fathomed that she was going to get shit.
And it was after the slap to where that happened.
Yeah.
And I always love that moment. I love that moment.
At that moment, she knew she fucked up. I love that line. Because you could see it. Like everything, her world stopped. Right. That's how hard she slapped her. Give her that quick one. Pow, pow. And then, what do? They always do when they get checked. They go back to victim mode. Oh, did you see? She slapped me. And then my man with the commentary.
You grabbed her.
Oh, you clearly grabbed her arm. She's recording the whole thing. He's loving every moment of it too. Like,
I bet.
Oh man, it was like that's the stuff. Like, and it also is scary too because these are the people that call the cops. I'm pretty sure she probably tried to go in the car, call the cops, and tried to say that she was assaulted or something. I put money on it. We didn't see it. It wasn't in the video. I put money. She ran out the store. She probably went straight to a phone to call the police, and she gonna tell her side of the story. And she probably, I got
There's video in there's video in these
stuff.
stores now. I hope y'all know.
That's why I said before, our phones. Recording this stuff, not only people need to know, but also, shoot, we need that proof. Because
Karen Gambino said it best.
Yeah.
The celly, that's its tool.
The celly is a tool. Because Karens have been getting away with this stuff. That's why they got the Karen laws in New York and stuff now. They've been getting away with this stuff. She going grabbing on people and stuff, make people want her way, trying to impose her will on somebody.
Right.
Nah, man, you getting checked. Get checked.
Not only that, everyone is gonna see it.
Everyone gonna see it, yeah.
Everyone.
Oh man, that was so satisfying.
That means you getting fired. That means you not getting anything ever again.
She made that mistake. She put her hands on her. And that's the one thing a lot of these other dudes haven't done yet, these Karens and these Bobs. They know when to cross, they know when not to cross the line. Just like going back when we saw the video with the delivery guys. And they were going after these guys. They talk big trash. These Bobs and Karens, they talk big trash. Oh, they be going ham. But they know they better not putting their hands on nobody because they getting their ass beat. And she made that mistake. She lucky she only got slapped once.
Right. That's what everyone was saying. Yo, oh my God.
Some would have mopped the floor with her hair.
A bunch of people were like, yo, you better be thankful that, like, she better be thankful that, like, that she only got slapped.
Only got slapped because the fist could have been closed. And if she had to clock her the way she slapped her, yeah, her face would have been, she had to pick her whole head up.
Would have been red.
Yeah. So let that be a note. Put that on all the Bobs and the Karens out there. Put y'all on notice. Keep playing. Keep going on putting your hands on people thinking they're going to do something. They got
thinking
something
you're entitled.
You got something for you out there. So I'm glad we had to come across that. So, you know.
Slap gonna humble you real quick.
Yeah. Oh, it humbled her. So she didn't know what she was. Even she trying to run out. You could tell. She had no idea what was happening at that point.
Right.
The phrase literally slaps her into next week. She didn't know what she was. Oh man. So dang, we almost there, man. We wrapped this up.
Yeah.
So another, appreciate you. I know we were talking, hopefully in the next couple weeks, we're gonna start getting back together. I think it's time. I think we're pretty safe here in the cut, so I think, we gotta start getting back together. Also, let everybody know, I don't want to make a lot of huge announcements, but just know we got some things cooking. We got some things coming for the show. I'm excited. I've been excited, and I'm trying not to say too much and burst out with excitement, but no, we got some good things coming.
Hope y'all stay tuned.
Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. We have been doing stuff behind the scenes while the Rona has been out there. We've been working now. We've been doing the show, but we've been
moving.
Plotting. Yeah, we've been moving.
Plotting and moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna say moving because plotting just seems like it's always bad, So we have been moving them. And so hopefully, like I said, the next week or two, we'll start beginning to roll these things out.
Right.
So yeah, we'll see.
Hope you guys come with us for the journey.
Yeah.
Hope y'all stay with us.
We got some things in store. It's funny. We're year and a half in doing this show, really.
Right.
And I feel like we haven't even hit the stride yet, man. I really feel like, especially with the Rona stuff too, I really feel like we haven't even really begun scratching the surface of what we've been doing. What we're trying to do. So, yeah. So until the meantime, you know where to find us. All the same spots. Hit us up. I don't even want to say it because might change.
We don't know.
Oh no. You'll find us. If you listen to this right now, you didn't already found us.
You guys know where to find us.
Yeah.
You know the vibes.
You know the vibes. So, close this thing out. K. Wilson, David 2K. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. So,
all day.
I'm excited to get back together, get back to our little routines. The stuff we do, you know.
Absolutely.
My man's at 7-Eleven. I seen him the other day. I know he, you know, we gotta go holler at my man.
He misses us. He misses us.
Yeah, so we gotta holler at them.
No, we do.
You know, so until next week, y'all. Hit us up, support us, watch us, listen to the podcast. We're all over the place. On that note, peace, y'all.
Peace.